Hey. Checking everything. Hi! Making sure this is working before I get started. We're gonna be doing clouds today. I'm really excited, although I don't think I'm the best at teaching, but we'll see. I'm trying to get the link up, but I don't know why it's not working. That's odd. 1 second. It'd be awesome if I could actually send. I have this issue every single time. Let's see. There we go. Now I can see the link. Zach. I'm currently trying to get it up on my streaming stuff, like my Instagram stories and my Discord. So give me 1 second as I quickly try and put down the links and then we'll get started. Just because I want people to know I'm in here. Oh, there's that. I wish there was like a way I could like private as I'm streaming and then post them. But it's not as quick. Hi! Oh, hi, Connor. Let's see. Hi, Linus. Chisel looking a bit strange. I'll do Chisel too soon, I promise. I already made the thumbnail. I was wanting to do this for a bit. Hi there, Cheese. You're complaining, even though I think I picked one of your photos that I'm gonna be referencing. I can always change. I don't have to use a picture. I'm gonna pick someone else. Doodle, you commission art, right? I do, but at the moment I'm also doing art fight, and so my schedule is like pretty full. I can't take up like other stuff at the moment. Soon, I promise. Because I'm going to be doing art fight for July. I'm doing all those and I'll post them soon. And then in August, you guys are going to be so excited. I'm going to bring back season... How many seasons now? Season 4? Or season 3? I think it's season 3 of my profile pictures. I already lost count of how many times I've done it. I think you got the wrong person. Just another face in the front. No! I think it's you. Okay. I'm gonna get started now just because it's been a while. Wait, let me get my other chat up. You took a photo, from what I found. Because I was going to discuss them. Did you just delete them? Let's see. This one. I thought these were so cute. It's really big though. Your favorite genre of anime? I like rom-coms. I don't like to watch anything that'll make me upset because I'm already a very emotional person. And I'm very anxious too. Let me get this in this corner. I love this picture that Linus took. Shout out to you. If you want to say if you do photography, what your account is, and I'll say it out loud for you. But I love the lighting. I love the whole shape of this cloud that you took. So I really wanted to talk about how to do clouds, because I always have so many people be like, Doodles, how do you do backgrounds? How do you make it so realistic? Or it's like, oh, I can never like find out how to do backgrounds when I do characters. It looks so boring. So it's like, I'm gonna give my 2 cents. I'm trying to find it on here so it looks right for y'all. Not too big. That should be good. Okay. So seriously, I'm gonna even use, what's the most basic brush I can use on here? Oh, I forgot I was still using the mouse. Okay. I just like take a picture sometimes with no account for anything. You take amazing photos. Keep it up, because you have amazing eye already for what you want your compositions to look like. Because you have this bottom line here, and these 2 lines are really going to be building your piece. So you really have to remember, like, looking for horizontal lines whenever you're trying to take pictures can help steady, and then align these verticals to be into a satisfying position. Like, if you just, like, I think stepped back, I'm like critiquing your photo now, I'm so sorry, but move these to be more on this side, I think the picture would be more satisfying. But I love what you have going on, because I think it's like a perfect example of a cloud that I really want to use. So let me go back to here. Okay, but I'm going to be using this basic pen brush, so I don't want any excuse of like, oh, Doodles, you're using your fancy oil brushes. I'm like, those are also free to download if you want to use them. It's not just me. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to start easy. I'm going to get the sky color. Always want to start with the sky. That's most important. So I'm gonna use. No. Wait. Okay. There. Great. I still think it's a little bit too saturated, so I'm gonna fix. Really eyeball. Kind of go more blue. Gonna say more gray and lighter. And then that should be good. Okay, so now make another layer. I'm gonna go more high in value and saturation, and we're gonna move the color closer to like this more cyan color, but not a lot. And then we're gonna take this gradient tool. I'm just slowly kind of adding in this gradient here. There we go. Perfect blue sky. You're a pro at backgrounds. If you did this much, you can put your character here, do a little like white top gradient going this way. Amazing. Do this in the top layer and you have a perfect setting. Like, it's in the sky, you have a top view, you have a background. But we're not going to do that. So what we're doing is clouds. Like, okay. The most easiest way to do clouds is start with white. Sounds weird on some, but we're gonna do like a basic sky. And I'm not gonna follow this picture exactly, so it's like, oh dude, this doesn't look like it. That's okay. Part of art in nature is that nothing is ever gonna look the same twice. That's okay. You don't want it to look the same twice, because like, why are you wanting to see the same thing twice? Just go like the original. We're gonna try to make our thing. I'm gonna go now bye cheese. How do I remember now for the back? Because there's some last signs and stuff along with the windows. You could use this to your advantage when you're doing backgrounds. But we're really gonna block in these shapes, and I really kind of like what these shapes are doing here. This is coming out. And this cloud, we all know it, it's from the movie Up, but it's a Curiolumbus. You can say it better than I can. Then you're doing great, because I can't say it. also really important, like, to know, like, if you do have a character, like, what perspective they're in, because they're gonna have to either do really high, like, stratosphere clouds, or you could do, like, more foggy, closer to the ground, because it's cloudy, hovering, blurred. But I'm trying to show, like, a basic landscape. Say, like, you have a character, like, right here. I'm gonna draw Bob the businessman, because only OGs will remember who he is. But, like, he's here, he's enjoying his beach vacation. We want to make a place for him, so that's okay. So, I'm gonna bring this out more. But just really kind of get, like, a generic shape, because this is the bottom of it. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so now, where is our light source coming from? Very, very important when doing clouds. I always tell myself that I really need to remember that light throws itself in the sky, because it's very difficult to, like, water is very reflective, and that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of reflexity and light, because it's water. And so, like, what is covering that water? Where is that light being thrown? What is reflecting around the surface? The same with, like, if you're drawing a puddle of water, you have to remember, like, okay, what is being reflected around the water, and add that into the water to make it look more cohesive. You're kind of taking that into the sky and remembering the shadows and everything. So if you, it's not as complex as doing, I think, water, but we also have a lot of premise. So we're gonna go back to the sky color. I'm gonna start, I'd like taking this top color up here and taking it to the bottom because it makes it look really dark. I'm taking this, same, I'm using the most basic brush so anyone can do this. Because I don't want to hear Doodles, it was so hard, you had those fancy brushes. Nope. You can do it too. We're learning together. Blocking in where we want the light source to be, because from here it kind of looks like it's almost kind of like dead on, besides like what this main cloud is kind of hiding from below. Just kind of going in. And kind of like when you're doing other figures too, think of like you're shading like a white blouse, for example. You start with white and then you start with the darkest color, so you have the most contrast, and then you can really start building between those and adding values to blend them. I know if you don't know terms, I'm just saying words, but I promise they do mean something. And really important to keep in mind too, because like we're already seeing like the different parts of where this cloud is being made. But that's okay, so let's just go there. And I'm slowly gonna start my way back to white. And it's kind of hard because I don't think like this picture shows it well. But when I do my clouds, I always try and like make the parts of the cloud that aren't facing the sun to almost kind of like blur, because I like to think of it as like the water in the clouds like fogging, as like the sun is directly hitting the white side, so it's very sharp. It's gonna be very easy to tell as like the parts fading away from the sun are almost like disappearing. No, I know that's not like all that in there, but that's just what I like to personally do. I was not paying attention to chat because I was looking. You saw I would watch the live stream, but it's too late at night. That's okay. You just relax. Doodles says too difficult. You have this fancy drawing program. No, I don't. I'm literally okay. Do I need to do it with my mouse? I will do it with my mouse so you guys can follow along. Like, look, I'm following. This is my mouse now. If you can tell. All that. No excuses. can block in color. If you have to block in multiple different types of colors, that's fine. Do it. Because I know even on Autodesk Sketchbook, which is free on your phone, now it's just called Sketchbook. But I know on the app, you guys have smudge. And so once you do this, you can just smudge as much as you want. Which I won't go there yet, but I'm just showing, like, even the most basic people. I will go more elaborate. This isn't going to be like the entire live stream, but I'm just showing, like, look, you can be the most brokest person ever with limited resources and still do decent clouds. Like, wow, look at that. Wow, you're doing so great, guys. If you're following along, amazing. Also remember, like, I know this isn't good. I'll probably have to do it when I do, like, landscapes video. But, I think your pen can just make clicking sounds. You might be hearing my mouse. That's my mouse. But if I do landscapes, it's really also important to keep in mind that the further things are in the horizon, the more they lose their color. Like, they kind of go into, like, a bluish gray. So if you're doing types of landscapes, especially clouds too, clouds will lose their, like, whiteness. They'll just go gray in the distance. You can kind of see that in this bottom part. But, I'm gonna zoom in just a bit. No, I'll zoom out. I don't know. Let's see, even with the mouse, I know you can do it. I'm not, because it's really slow. So take that, and then go up a little bit more in saturation and more not saturation, go higher up in value, so more white, and you're gonna go less in saturation, which is more gray. So again, we're adding all these different bumps. Joke unrecognized. No, I'm too dumb. I'm sorry. I don't know what that meant. See? Also, again, adding, like, that backdrop. And you don't have to work on one spot. Don't work on one spot. Like, again, like what I said in my figures, you don't want to restrict yourself to one specific spot. You want to work on the big picture and then go in. So we are doing exactly that, as we are jumping around, adding these blocks of colors. And I want my clouds to be very bright, so even though I started with a lot of, like, this blue, I'm going to be slowly fading in. And once I get to, like, more of a white, I'll go further out, but I'm just trying to make this blend so you guys, you don't even have a, like, say you don't have a smudge, you guys can see, like, you can do this. I promise it's possible. I don't want to hear I can't. I want to hear I'm gonna figure it out. Nothing should keep you from being the artist you want to be. It makes me so upset to hear people say that. Like, oh, I'm just not that good of an artist. Shut up! I know you can do it. Scribbles, because if you do have a smudge tool, you can smudge it. Or even a lasso tool. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. Bear with me, because I don't really know how to use it. Is that what this is? Oh, it's very angular. Ugh. I guess you want to do it that way too, like using lasso tools can help. Blocking. I just feel like I have more leeway. It's also a lot harder with this fancy drawing program that's completely free. Yeah, see, like, that's weird. I don't like that. Is there a way to just do it without? Like, oh wait, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try that out actually. Wow, look at those. What? I want to add on to it. Why is it being weird? Oh, that's odd. Sorry guys, I'm still learning how to use Krita. So, because I thought there'd be a way like you can, because on Procreate you can add like multiple different type of lassos, and then you can just go and like fill them all. Like this is what it also does. Oh, so you have like that really nice shape right there. But you can do clouds like that too, and that'd be really easy. But which also apps do have that. I know Sketchbook does. I just don't like using it because it's really weird. And then I'm gonna go up in more saturation and higher up in value. See, oh, look at that, we're already getting our cloud. Even if it's just scribbles, that's okay, we're doodling. We gotta start with one cloud somehow. If it looks like crap, that's okay. I should not say that word actually. It's so hard trying not to like say what I normally talk on here. It's like, oh, like I want children to be able to like watch my stuff and like be inspired and feel motivated, but I say words that are not very friendly. My bad. Like, how am I supposed to be a Christian YouTuber and then I'm like saying words? And we're also keeping in mind where our light source is coming from, because I'm picturing it like this way. What'd I do? Oh, that was scary. I pressed Control X. I didn't know that's what that did. If you also want more color variety, as you move up in value, you can shift your hue, which I have not been doing, and that is also what I'm doing. Is called monochrome, where you use only one color for everything. But I didn't do that. I typically would recommend, because again, I'm showing it like the most beginner friendly how to do clouds. Follow along, but if you really want your clouds to look more realistic, throw the color around. Stay kind of in the blue hues area, but throw in some grays. Throw in, like, we'll do some now. We'll throw in this, like, we'll do that gray. We'll add some in, not a lot, but really kind of where these top clouds are going down and like actually casting these shadows, because you can see it here that this is the shadow of the cloud. It's not really like, I would say, like the atmosphere around the cloud. So, but you don't want your clouds to be all gray because it makes it look kind of muddy and it doesn't fit in the environment. So having like throws of grays mixed in with the blue, I think really kind of solidifies it more. This is really bright gray too. Kind of belongs more in this middle tone blue. But look how we already have a cloud. Hi there, Zach. Nothing much. I'm just talking about how you should approach clouds, like tips to keep in mind as you're trying to draw realism. At the most bare minimum. Because I'll go in and I'll actually draw this soon. Keep this down here. I think I'm neglecting this too. Another really important piece of information for like doing artwork, don't focus on every single detail of your drawing. Focus on the main. So even if you do have like Bob here should be the focus point. So don't overwork parts of the painting that you don't think people will really look at. Because if you make one part of it like the main piece that you put all of your energy in, you can get away with not having to overly detail the rest of it. Like, you can. I think it's really pretty that way. But that also falls back onto like the 2 questions you should be asking every single time you start a drawing, if you want to be an artist, is what am I drawing and where is it going to be on my paper? Está bien. I don't know what that means. It is good. I failed 3 years of Spanish. And I was so mad because it was the only class I ever got detention in either. I didn't even get detention for being in trouble. I just got detention a lot because I was failing. I was like, I don't know. Like, okay, I had the hardest time turning in assignments. I should be talking about class, but now I'm just talking about Spanish. But I had the hardest time growing up, not growing up, oh my gosh, turning in assignments. Because I don't know if it was like the stress of like failure, because I was a really bad student anyway. And I had really bad test anxiety. So I was like, I really don't want to do this. So I would do the work, I just wouldn't turn it in. I would always lose them. And my teachers would never believe me, obviously. It was like, no, I did it. And she's like, we don't believe you because you don't have it. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. See, like, now that we also have our whites, we know, like, where our, highest shade of value is. We just have to slowly work in and then mix in, like, these grays and, like, these blues that we have. And slowly work. Like, guys, your clouds are coming along so good. You're such an artist already. I did great with classwork, but never homework. Exactly, like, I was great at getting my work done in class, so I would try and get my homework in class done, because if I knew if I didn't do it as I was in class, I wouldn't do it, and that was, like, the biggest downfall. My downfalls for my classes were, like, my testing grades, because I had really bad test anxiety, and my homework. I would have A's on the in-class assignments, because I could do them, but it just wasn't for me, and then I just remember crying because I got detention the first time, because I was good at 2 shoes too. I hated getting in trouble. I hated letting people down. Still do. So I work. Because I work, I target. But I don't. It feels like it sometimes. But it was not fun. Your clouds, even though they're just scribbles, you can tell it's a cloud. Isn't that so cool? All we've done is just scribbled. Have you noticed that? And like, look at it. You'd be like, oh, Doodles, that sucks. But like, you can't tell me like this isn't a cloud just by looking at it. Isn't that so cool? It's just scribbles. So. The only 2 times. I remember for some reason in high school I was sent to like a the detention room, but I don't think I got detention. I think I was just sitting there because like I had a wood tech class my freshman year and I was the only girl in there. So I really wanted to learn, but it was not like, it was awesome because I did make a bread botch, but like the teacher, also a guy, did not pay attention to me. And so I struggled so hard trying to like figure out how to make this bread box because I was terrified of the machines and no one would help me or talk to me. And I think all the guys, for some reason, I don't even know where they went. They went on like some field trip that I didn't go on. So I was just like sent to go sit with like the detention room with these guys. Even like I just remember being like really awkward because they were trying to talk to me and I was like, I have really bad social anxiety. I did not talk in high school, like unless people spoke to me first. And that used to make me so mad too, because people were like, oh my gosh, I'm such an introvert. I would be sitting next to these people and like, oh, I'm such an introvert. I was like, I literally have like breakdowns because I can't talk in this class, and you want to be like, ew, ew, I'm socially awkward. I'm like, no, you're just cringe. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Not so pleasant memories from high school. Almost like college. Also, just like me for real. Got home and I forgot it. I surprisingly did like really good in college compared to like my high school years. I felt like I honestly would continue college if it didn't charge me. I love learning. I love classes. I love listening to really smart people. I love having discussions. And I think that's what I've been missing. And I go on Hinge on Instagram because I just want to talk. But people are also really stupid. So it doesn't last long for me. I'm like, it's not worth it. Well, maybe not the breakdown part, but I just don't like talking to people. No, I gave myself stomach ulcers. Because I could not get myself to talk to people. I was so mad because I was like trying to tell my AP Euro teacher. He got arrested for sexual misconduct, so I won anyway. But anyway, I was trying to tell him like, hey, like I keep having breakdowns because we had these Socratic seminars, and he had them graded where it's like if you did the work was ridiculous. He wanted us to handwrite every single paragraph of the textbook and like summarize it. Took me 12 hours to do, and I'd wait until the night before, and so I was already making myself so sick off of that class. And then if you did the work but didn't talk, that was 1 point for your grade, like 1 out of 100. So I would always get 1 point. And if you talked once, it would be 50 points, and if you talked twice, it was 100. I only got 100 when it was our turn for the table to ask points. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Our turn for the table to ask the questions to the class, and you could only reply, and your count could only be counted if you added something to the conversation. And I couldn't add anything. People would take all my talking points before I could muster the courage to talk. And I'd be sitting there like, I can't say anything. I can't do anything about it. I don't know. So he's like, nope, doesn't matter. You're not bad. Just sit. Oh, hi, Panda. What a way to introduce him. Well, he's not an important side character, so it doesn't matter. But he just sucks. He kind of got what he deserved. But yeah, no, dude would not let me just... I would rather have written essays, and I told him, I will willingly write essays over every single chapter of this book if I don't have to talk, because it's killing me. I had internal bleeding, I found out, because of this class, and my anxiety. And so, I'm livid. It makes me still so mad. But guys, look at our clouds, just from scribbles. Can you believe that? Just from scribbling. You can do this too. And I don't want to hear, oh, you are using a fancy. I'm using the most basic paintbrush here. Digital ink sketch. So sus. Anywho. So. Should I go into how I would do it? I'm waiting for chat to respond because it's kind of slow, at least for me to update. So using special colors, I can't keep up. I'm using blue. It's just blue. Hey, look at this Bob the Businessman. He's so pleasant. I'm gonna color him. Wait, how do I lock the layer? Okay, locked. I remember making him in the lore for him. These people can know. I made him in 8th grade in my English class, and my poor English teacher, she was so nice, but we were just her last hour of the day, and so everyone was so unhinged. And so we just draw him on the board with my friend at the time. There's Bob. not to merge, so right click, merge with layer below. Don't know why that didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna do what I like to do. So I'm gonna get my fancy special brushes that are literally free to download, and I link them in my server. They're not my brushes, just for clarity, so I don't want people be like, you stole these brushes. No, I'm gonna do the same thing again. With the wrong brush. So, and we're gonna be blocking in colors. Again, taking white, doing the same thing. Really emphasizing the main shape. Drawing out this cumulonimbus cloud. Also, I wouldn't think this is... It's probably just a cumulonimbus, not a it's a long word. Cumulonimbus. Because those will tend to have like an upper atmosphere cloud, kind of like this. You can tell I study clouds. So they'll kind of go like that. But they kind of dissolve in that atmosphere. Fun fact. And this is why they say to study from realism. See? Using fancy brushes. That's what I said I was gonna use. I'm using the fancy brushes now. But these are free to download if you have Krita and a drawing tablet. Again, all free to do. Try to do nothing. If I need to make a Procreate tutorial, I can do that too. But I feel like this will be fine. Anyway, so here's our colors. Here's our blob. Very important. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this dark color. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did last time. I'm adding in this bottom value. I kind of want to go more gray though, so I'm gonna go. See, I'm so used to like squares also as like color pickers. I'm not used to triangles. Free to download if you have a drawing tablet. It's $40. I don't know what to tell you. I have another cheaper one in there too that's only $20. It's a 4x6. It's the Huron 420. Highly recommend any starting artist to start off with that, because you just get used to not looking at your hands. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's durable. That bad boy lasted me my entire high school and early college life, and then once I started being more of an artist in college, I upgraded myself to a Vex. So you don't need the fancy Wacoms, you don't need those. That's what I'm thinking. I just showed you guys how to do these. You can do this. Do you want me to show you further how to do it with the free basics? Oh, okay. I'll do it. Okay, here's this. We have this. Let me go back to the basics. Let me find it. Let's see. Okay, digital. Okay. Here's the smudge. No, that's the eraser, right? Eraser, normal. Normal. I'm looking for smudge. I know it's in here. What's this do? I don't like that brush. It's also really weird. I don't like... What's this? Oh, that makes it pixelated? Oh, that's cool. Okay, wait. Okay. In Krita, there's two basic smudges. We're gonna use them. I think they're blurs more. Let's see what this says. Okay. Blender smear, Blender blur, Blender basic, Blender pixelated. That tells me nothing I want to know. Just multiply, just lighten, adjust. Okay. I'm going to use the Blender smear, and I'm going to turn back on my music because it's paused. And I'm going to show you guys how to take your doodles 1,000 years later. Exactly, because I'm trying to figure it out. So, taking your doodles, and it's going to be super easy. It's going to be silly. You're going to lightly take, I'm going to use my mouse, and just flick. Press down, and flick. And smudge, and smudge. Smudge. And we're just gonna do this over and over and over again until we're pleased with it. Wow, there's our clouds coming together. Whoa! Isn't that crazy? Just let's do it. Is there a smudge? However they normal. I don't think so. Effects. Yeah. Break. Oh, that's cool. That was crazy once. I know. That's pretty cool. That's crazy. They have a rake one. This one's kind of fun, actually. You can rake and add little textures into your stuff. Look at that. Wow. Wow, guys, look at that. You're an artist. That's so cool. You didn't even need me. And now I'm taking basic Blender. I'm gonna see what this one looks like. Okay, I do like that. That's pretty soft. And you don't want to overdo it with blending either. Again, like what I said earlier, you want to keep, my tips is that wherever the light is hitting the most, you kind of want to keep that really solid. So like, I wouldn't want to do this there, because that is what my eye is going to be most attracted to, because that's where the sky meets that light. So I want to keep the high contrast. What I will want to do is take this blur though, on this backside where I was talking about the shadows, and kind of make it look foggy as it's like fading into the background. This water is getting kind of lost. It's not as held up because the sun isn't on it. We kind of do that. If there's a better basics blur, I'm not finding it yet. Is that what this is? I don't like that. Also, I just don't know credit that well. Sketch, textures. Oh, textures can be really cool. Yeah, you can use these halftone dots and then just add in these for values too. And let me see. Go back to effects. Take this blur and then you can put those halftone dots. Very cool, very cool. Let's see. I don't like this. I don't want the demo. So I'm trying to find where those brushes went. I also really like the song. I think I said that last time though. I'm not using a lot of pressure. I feel like dabbing is really important. Like what I will say when I'm using my fancy brushes is that really like flicking your wrists and dabbing, I think is really important for adding like that really subtle push and color that you're wanting. That's what, thank you, Linus. Not gonna lie, if you want a different direction, that would make for a biggie ice cream. That's what I was saying when I was doing my Wendy's. That like, I was trying to do the whipped cream, I'm like, I feel like I'm just doing clouds. And if you learn how to do clouds, I promise you, you'll be able to draw anything else, color anything else nature related, realistic wise, because it takes those same techniques and what your eye is needing to look for. Like once I'm gonna do grass and trees and fields at some point, and I'm gonna probably be discussing those same techniques there too. And again, kind of like where this white is, I'm not gonna really focus on that. I'm gonna do the bottom, but I'm not gonna do the top. But if you're still learning, you're new to art, this is the best way you can do it. If you're cheap wise, if you're not confident, whatever. Because again, you gotta make clouds to make good clouds. Even if they're bad, you've made it. You made your first one. It's better just get it over and done with so that you can move on to better things. Just get out of the way. They need like a better default. Like they need to add like an actual like basic smear. Like Blender, not like a blur. Like I don't like these. Because like these aren't blending it completely or like smearing how we would see it. It just kind of meshes the pixels, and so it looks like there's like a stain over, like a glass kind of pushing down on it, which I don't like that. It makes it look weird to me. Anyway, I taught that enough. I don't like these brushes for basics. But hopefully the idea is still the same. Like, because you know what? I'm actually gonna do it over the entire thing. We're gonna do that. I talked about it, but I never really show it. It's like pushing back your paintings can also be so helpful to your drawing. So we're gonna push this back. I'm gonna blur it very lightly so we can still see the underlining colors. Like, Doodles, you're ruining it! Doodles, no! You're ruining it, Doodles. That's okay. I ruined so many of my drawings. This means nothing to me. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find the most basic brush again. Wish they had like a basic steps. I couldn't find what I'm looking for. Do digital. We'll go to here. Okay. That's okay. We'll use this brush. So I'm gonna again take this blue right here, eyedropping it. I'm gonna make it more gray, so it kind of loses its saturation. Hopefully that looks good. And now that it's blurred, we can add actual like sharp lines back on top of it. And I'm using, what's this brush called? Basic 3 Flow. Because it kind of has, like, when you lessen the pressure, it kind of loses its opacity, which is like how much color is being shown. And I think that can be really helpful. Because last time I was using like that really thick, what's it called? Basic 1. And it's just all hard color. Which a lot of most basic, especially if you're using a mouse, have. Like if I'm using my mouse on this, it still is the same thing. So I wouldn't recommend it. If I was using a mouse trying to do this, I would recommend, let's see, not that one. Ooh, that's fancy. Not what I want though. I would recommend finding a textured brush to do it, but I'm using my pen. Hi Jules, hi Nova. Kind of looks like a chicken. Up here, I can make it a chicken. There's the eye. You can do that. There's its wing right here. Sometimes I'll do that too in my drawings on Instagram. I'll hide pictures in the sky. Only one post was noticed though, like because it had Shrek in the sky, and that one laughed off. Because I was trying to make it really sad, but it's like, no. People are gonna think I'm cringe, and I really kind of don't want people to know that about me. Take this brush. Just kind of adding in that dark details again. I'm at 40 size at the moment, but I might lower it down too. Because this one doesn't have a pressure sensitivity where the size changes based on pressure, only the opacity. Which that can be really annoying to some people. It is to me. I don't like working that way. I like ones that change like their pressure and their opacity at size. I don't like having the same size all the time. It's annoying. You'll see like I'll get like that part bit, but that's okay. But notice how I pushed the whole drawing back? We can now make kind of new shapes. We can rework it. We're not restricted to what I had before, which is that one. So, rework it to be softer. These are more views. This is criminal. I'm gonna crash out. You should, feel free to like the stream if you guys want. I should probably mention that more because I read like that helps boost it. So if you're here, like the stream, share it with your friends if they want to learn how to do clouds. You can also follow along. I would love if people followed along and like told me if my tips help. Send me what you do. That would also be really, really cool. That would really make my day. I would probably jump around and go woohoo. So again, like I'm using the most basic brushes. There's nothing fancy going on here because people come out when I want to use my fancy brushes. Because I love those brushes. I will say though, like it is weird, like there isn't a nice smudge. On Autodesk Sketchbook, the app though, there is a really nice smear brush. And when you're using smear though, like I should restate, don't overboard it. Really focus. Don't really smear between high contrast points, like where the light kind of meets like the background or where like the light meets the shadow. Focus on the softer contrasts, not as like the hard, but focus on the light contrast where there's kind of like a gradient of values in between, and you can smear that. You can get away with that there, but really save your lights to really kind of pull the eye closer to like this is what the shape is. Because we also have to remember, like, we're drawing something in a space. It can't just be like floating. Like we're doing clouds so we get away with it. But once we add more elements of the landscape later on, we're gonna really want to keep in mind, like, this is supposed to be a space. There's supposed to be dimension. It's not supposed to be flat. And so really keeping in mind of your contrast could really, really help that future goal. She's role-playing during her stream. It's such a bad habit. I'll verbally role-play all the time. Sigh sadly. No one gets me. Beautiful artist always, by the way. I love watching the mastery work. Hell yeah, you sound slay girly. Thank you, Nova. It's been hard because I have to like talk to myself the entire time. But seriously, when I was like in college doing artwork in my room for his homework, I would just talk to myself, pretending I was recording. Like when I would do like I still have them up because like they're fun to watch for me. Like, oh, that's how I used to draw. It was like so I was a baby. I feel looking back at like my college, early college speed paints. And I would talk through them, but I was so nervous that I just didn't like put my voice, and I also just sped it up. I was so little. Sometimes I'll look back at my art, like when I started college. I'm like, how did I think I could be an artist? Like, doing this, honestly. I'm glad I am. It's really my calling. There's like nothing else I could really be besides an artist. Like, I thought about wanting to be a teacher, but it's not something I want to do. Like, I like teaching people, which is why I'm doing this. But being in like a classroom setting, I just don't think that's cut out for me. I think I'd be too tired to do my own art. So I just don't. Also, if you really, and this is also off topic, but I'm going back to like what I was saying earlier about like you need to study real life. I know this just reminds me, I was talking about my college time. I remember like so many girls in my class, it was mostly girls in art college. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to study realism because I feel like that's so boring." I'm like, then why are you here? Like, I do anime. I love doing anime styles. I love really abstracted forms of styles and ways it can like express stories, but like I think you need to know what you're doing in order to like manipulate it, and those people just didn't really want to, which is fine to them. Like they just changed their major, they dropped out of college, whatever, like they did what pleased them, as anyone should. But I think if you really want to know how life works around you, you need to like just study it. I say it's like I don't go outside. No, I do. Guys, I've been playing pickleball in the street. It's not really real pickleball. And frisbee. It's so fun. If you wanted to be a teacher. Oh, sorry. But don't be nervous. You got this stuff, girl. You are so talented and gifted. Don't you ever doubt yourself, okay? You can do anything. Oh, thank you, Nova. That's so sweet. I have to tell myself, like, I'm my biggest hater. So, as long as I'm my biggest hater, I can get over it. So it's pretty okay. If you want to be a teacher, you'd be the best teacher ever. Don't doubt yourself. Oh, if you wanted to get into anime, like animation for anime. I thought about it for a second, but my high school art teacher told me to not go into it just because like it would kill me, like artistically wise. And I kind of have to agree, like looking back, because I'll try and animate and stuff. I'm like, there's no way I could do this for hours on end and not like be paid enough to do it. Like, shout out to animators for real. Like, I try and do GIFs for my server or just for funsies, and I have people DM me already, be like, "Hey, Doodles, can you do this?" I'm like, I don't want to. I do want to do it for people, but it's gonna be like really expensive, and I know it's like outside of most people's like pay range for what I would charge myself to sit down and torture myself to do it. So, because I'm not like desperate for money, so I kind of just charge for like what I want, but it's fun. Speaking of, I have to make myself a new PNG tuber, because when I made this, like I was like just whipping something together. I need it nicer. Like how nice would this is make like looking compared to like the scribble we did. From this to this, isn't that amazing? And you guys can do this too. This is so easy, I promise. And I'm gonna go back, I'm using white again, and I'm gonna go back and like really adjust like these value points, because I talked about like, oh, use high contrast, remember your high contrast, and all my high contrast kind of went away. So I really have funky shapes. Make your clouds fun. I added a chicken. So there he is. He's up there. I really want chickens. You see him? Like that's his like beak right there. His little eye is sticking out. Just kind of like trying to mirror off of what I think is going on. shapes guide you. You don't have to be too particular about it. Just have fun. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm really just kind of doing this so you guys can see it. Just kind of going like that with my pen. Just like circles. Kind of go around. Kind of think of like a bubble, even. A lot of bubbles kind of look like that. When making like blobs of clouds. Just like that. But don't make them connect all the way. Like, let me see. Here, this would be a really good way. So down here, kind of adding some high contrast with white. Look at that, we have a little super cloud right there. That's so cool. Your cloud doesn't have to look like mine. It's totally okay. There's no such thing as the same cloud as like any other snowflake. I'm my own worst enemy. I doubt myself so much, but I'm letting myself. It will always be a battle with the person in the mirror standing back at us. Exactly. Like, we had to put up with ourselves all the time. Like, at least we can do is like be nice to her or him or them, whatever. I have to tell myself that a lot now. Like, when I'm managing my anxiety, I'm like, I go through so much, like, because I like spiral. And I'm just like, you know what? I have to be really gentle with myself. Because the world's already mean to me enough. I don't need to be mean to me either. So then I just become like my biggest fan. It's like, yeah, good girl. And again, I'm using the most basic tools. I've literally used like 3 tools. I used the basic 1, basic 3, and then I used like a blur. So I don't want to hear anyone be like, oh, I have doodles, like you can do it. I talked how to do it. Use white to block your shapes. Use a blue, similar as like the darkest of the sky, to add the bottom color, and then go gray. Don't go fully gray. You want like a muted blue, very bluish gray. Same value as what you use for the sky, and then build up to your white, building these blobs of color. Keep in mind where you want the light source to come. Mine is coming from the bottom down, so there is like that later on. Blue Ulster Colt is a pretty good band, yeah. I do love them. I remember my art class, my teacher would play that a lot. And so just out of nowhere, I would hear like do 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 do, like, and then the cowbells for Don't Kill the Reaper. No, don't blame the Reaper. I'm embarrassing. I'm so sorry. I'll have to check out Blue Oyster. Are they like a rock band? Yeah, they're the ones who Don't Blame the Reaper. That has the cowbell. It's pretty good. Let's see. You guys are so talented. Look at those clouds you're doing. Amazing. You're so great. And earlier today you were saying, oh, I can't do clouds, I can't do clouds. Now you can. Even if you're not actively drawing, you just learned how to do it. And that's enough. During COVID they made a new album, which is not gonna be here. Oh, I didn't know they made a new band. Just add funky shapes. Make little like lines come off if you want. Your clouds are moving. They're in a shape. It's storming. So show the space they're in. Don't forget the distance. On the bottom here, I wouldn't add the same like scribbles that we're doing on the top. I would kind of make them fade. Because again, like this is the under view, so we're gonna see like distant clouds on the other side of the storm cloud. And peaks of light kind of up through. Very lightly adding some streaks. Okay. Kind of less the better is for down there, so I'm gonna go away from there. But again, look how I'm just doing scribbles. You don't need to think about it. It doesn't need to be right to the detail. Look how far back I'm also looking so you guys can see. I haven't zoomed in at all. But you're seeing is what I'm saying. Like, all that. Sometimes working far away is better than working close up. I don't like this album. I don't like that now that we're actually talking about it. Since you're being so positive and stuff. Let's make a joke for the most part. Nova is very positive. I was about to say popular when they should be too. And this cloud kind of come out. This is how you can do a cloud with the most basic tools. So easy. I really want to go back to the clouds by video. But I promise you can do it. Yeah, this time I'll thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna do a little bit of detailing over here just so there is just something making these clouds be clouds, but I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't do that much work over here because these are like chaotic. If you guys also want to know how dumb I am, I realized I was upset earlier because I was like, oh, my music is so loud. Like, I need it loud so you guys can hear it. For OBS to, like, pick it up. So it's, like, blaring. Like, oh, man, I could barely hear myself think. I could turn down my headset audio. Like, I have the little scroll on my, like, wire connected to my headset. I'm so pretty sometimes. Like, it took me forever to figure out I could, like, just turn down the audio for me so you guys can stop the music. But now, I just sit here and, like, ruin my ears because I'm stupid. So. Well, I had to turn it loud because people are like, Doodles, we can't hear it. And then I had to turn myself up higher so I could be louder than the music so you guys can, like, mess with your audio. Lower the volume, I can't hear you. Yeah, see? I can't trust anyone. They're gonna tell me, like, I'm lying. Which I listened back to my stuff. I'm like, I sounded fine. Like, I don't know why people are lying to me. It was throwing me off. Boy, the music is so loud. See, I need you guys to tell me these things so I can fix it for you. Okay, I'll turn it down just a little bit. Let me know if that fixes it. Because low-key, like, I wanted it to be like, my videos to be also like, for when I'm trying to fall asleep, I want it to be like, oh, like, I'm gonna go night-night. So. Well, it was fine before, but then it started blasting for some reason. I think it was that one song, because I also felt like, that's why I brought it up. I was like, dang, like, it's loud, and I just turned it down. Maybe that one song. I found a playlist that's like no copyright, like free music, lo-fi music. So it's like I've been using that for my background music. That's better? Okay, good. Yeah, see? There's our cloud. Amazing. Wonderful. Should I do like the most basic cloud? We're gonna do that. Okay. Look. We're gonna do whoosh, 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 whoosh. Amazing. Beautiful. Wow, you guys did it. I'm so proud of you. Look at that amazing easy cloud we did. And now I'm gonna take the lasso tool. I'm gonna go around here. Get this blue. Get my bucket. Wow, look at that cloud. Oh my goodness. Wow, easy. You know, Elsie, how's it so peaceful? I love doing clouds. Like, I'm just showing white clouds, but doing sunset clouds are so fun. Like, where is it? Oh yeah, so there's that. This is now what we did, like 3 basic brushes. We went from this to this. Isn't that so awesome? You guys can do this too! It's not just me. You don't have to be artistic to do this. I just went through it. You keep saying you're proud of us, but what if we were proud of you back? I'm just giving encouragement here. I don't need the encouragement. I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you. I don't need the encouragement though. I think you guys need it because I feel like that's my calling. And so if me sitting here can be like, you guys are doing great, motivates you to be an artist, to draw, I'll say it every single time I'm on here. So. Let's see. Let me see if I have other clouds. I want to borrow someone else's picture. Let's see. I have to go into my server. Is there like a time of day y'all want? Well, the artist doesn't get drawn. Yeah, but the encourager doesn't get encouraged. What happens then? We need to encourage you for real. Thank you. But like, I rarely get drawn or painted. Like, I love it when people give me drawings of like Cora or like even myself, even though I don't show my face. I really did love it when people will show me because I never really get drawn. I think I have two pictures. 3 actually. 2 are from a class I was in that 2 girls painted me for like a face study and someone else drew me. And that's all I got. So, don't worry, Esau, we're gonna replicate the people energy stirred. I got you. As you deserve to know how great you are as well, no matter what you do. Oh, thank you, Nova. That's so sweet. I really, really appreciate it. It does truly mean a lot to me. I have so much Dr. Pepper on my server. I'm looking for a sunset picture and I just keep seeing. Maybe this can be it. Well, that has someone's house, so I'm not gonna post that. I need a good sunset so I can talk about like what I was meaning when light gets thrown. But I might just have to do like this other picture. Dude, once Dr. Pepper follows my Instagram back, it's so over. Like, I have Wendy's following me. The moment it happens. See, I really want that picture, but there's someone's house. Okay. Let's see. That's doing a sky. I don't need a sky. Those are boring. The picture's pretty though. Let's see. Linus, I'm gonna do your other sky picture. Yeah, we're doing this one. Don't know about the feet yet. I think that's why Dr. Pepper honestly isn't following me, because they know about the feet and there's nothing I can do about it because people have ruined my reputation. I don't even do feet. I don't know why people keep saying I'm a foot artist. I've never drawn feet. I never posted feet. This is like allegations that aren't gonna hold up in court. So I don't understand why it's so popular to say that Doodles is a foot artist. It makes no sense. Besides, to make me mad. I'm not mad. I think it's really funny. But my grandma follows me. I don't want my grandma. Okay. See, I do want my grandma. I mean, like, I don't want my grandma singing like this random stuff, because she won't get it. Yeah, this is by Linus. I'm stealing his photos to use because they're really pretty. So, shout out to Linus. Okay, so I'm gonna get this bucket tool again. I'm gonna eye drop. We're gonna do what this top color is, because we're gonna do the clouds separate. Sometimes it's also easier to do like the clouds as one like back layer and then do the sky as the front layer, but we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it to the basics still, so I'm gonna go more blue, darker, like that. Oh, way darker. Okay. More blue, more saturated. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then a new layer, and then we're gonna get this really bright color that's down here, like this light blue. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna take this gradient maker. Ugh. I'm not doing that. Do that teal. Anything that's a really nice surprise. I'm glad I could surprise you. I like using what my followers use. Like what they'll post and stuff, because I like a lot of engagement. I love talking to people on Instagram and on Discord. So if I can incorporate my followers also into my work, it's fun for me because I like that as a way to inspire people, because it has inspired other people in the past to do art. Because like, oh, I can't believe Doodles use my stuff. I love this stream. Thank you, Nova. I'm so glad you're here. And we'd like to like talk more because like I haven't seen you in forever. How many years has it been? 2020, I think. If I'm thinking of the right person, because you keep changing your name. Yeah, years, because I think Nova and I go back. If I'm thinking of the right person, I'm also cheating. I am going to be using the eyedropper. Let's see. So I'm going to go back to this color. What's this? Basics 1. Okay. No, I don't like this brush. You guys aren't letting me use my favorite brushes. Kind of mad. But that's okay. But I'm going to be blocking in with a dark now. Sometimes it is easier to start with the darkest color and then work light. I wouldn't recommend starting white here. And again, kind of keeping my shapes generic. I'm not copying this exactly. I'm just kind of copying like what I want the clouds to do. Then there's like a bunch down here. Remember when Isa was still manifesting it and visualizing streaming? To see how far she's come is inspiring and admiring. I honestly admire you so much. You're taking the world by storm. Thank you. I love opening Instagram because I comment on so much stuff and people are like, Doodles, what are you doing here? I'm just like, I am a social experiment from the government. I think I came into your Discord server and found your Instagram back in 2023. It's been 2 years, I think, which is insane. Time flies. True. It does fly so fast. I was even talking to my coworker today about, like, my time in college as an artist and, like, all the clubs I was in and things I did. It was so fun. I see your comments all the time. Dude, okay, if you guys see me on Instagram, don't mind your business. You can talk to me. I'll reply. But don't judge me because I'm on Schizogram and I have business to attend to, okay? I'm busy. I love it. I love it so much. People are so crazy on Instagram. It's like okay. I thought this about Discord, and this is gonna sound so unhinged, but this is how, like, I had to view, like, socializing, to help me function in public. But it's like a video game. Bruh, I see you half the time on Instagram. Schizogram. Schizogram is, like, where all, like, the crazy post and people are at. It's so funny. Right, where does time go? Nah, those are good memories of college. Do you still keep in touch with old friends? I try to. A lot of us go our separate ways, and that's okay. I do wish everyone the best. A lot of it is, like, we end up getting, like, different, like, goals in life, and different ways, like, we want to pursue them, and so just kind of end up losing touch. I just realized my music quit. Hang on. You guys don't know Schizogram? What do you mean you don't know? That's, like, all I get. It's like crazy people filming. I love it. I love it so much when I get like random old people on my For You page and they're just like heavy breathing on the camera. Like, okay. I don't even use Instagram. I'm so sorry. It's like a game to me. I forgot what I was gonna say earlier. So this is how I function online. I think of it as like those automoto games because I grew up playing like those visual novel games. I can't even remember what the company who made them are called, like, but they were like really popular back in like high school, middle school and early high school. So in order to talk to people in high school, like when I was spoken to, I would pretend it was like I had to respond the right way to the character in order to win. So I wouldn't even feel like I was talking as me. I was just trying to win this game because I didn't understand social interaction. I struggled really hard with knowing like how people were friends and like hung out. It didn't make sense to me. I still kind of struggle, honestly, but it's okay. I'm better at it now. But that's how I feel like Discord and Instagram is. I don't feel like I'm me online. I feel like I'm Doodles. I'm Cora. I'm like this pink hair, silly, talkative person. Because like that's who I really want to be. She inspires me a lot in my real life. Part of a harem. We're just all part of a harem for her. No! Don't put it like that, that's weird. No! You guys aren't part of my harem. That is true, right? Yeah. But anyway, I don't know why I said that weird. Yeah, so on Discord, it's kind of like, for me, I had to make like the most friends. I had to be like the most likable person in the server. I had to be like the most friendly. I don't like people getting upset with me. And that keeps me to be like a really nice person, I feel, most of the time. Until like people like are really weird to me and then I'll like go crazy. But I feel like opposite on Instagram. I have to be like the most unhinged. Like I like commenting things that make me laugh. And then people get mad at me and they're like, it's just like rage baiting. It's so funny to me. Every time I hear this song, I think of like VR chat because they play it all the time on there. But like, I just love talking to people on Instagram, and like people will crash out on me because like I'll get like political schizo stuff and I'll just go like say crazy things. And they get so mad, and I'm just like, I don't know what you want me to do. It's Instagram. It's not worth fighting with people online. It's really not. You just say what you want to say to make you laugh, and then you move on. So no one cares. But notice again how I started dark, and I'm slowly working up in gradients. But I'm really trying to keep like this darker tone that I really want. I'm working on my light source, which is coming behind these clouds, and so I really shouldn't have put that up there, so I took it away. We're working. I mean this in the best way possible as your friend. I am so proud of you. You should be proud of how far you come. You're bigger than life character, and so I'm so happy to see you succeeding. Thank you, Nova! Oh, that's so sweet. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. Even if it's just coming on here like once or twice a week and drawing, I feel like art is my calling in life, and so sometimes I get to do that. I really don't care like how much of an audience I have. As long as like, it's people like you, Nova, you know? It's like, I just want to doodle. I just want to have fun. Me when you rage bait my homies. Real. By the way, you gotta introduce me to the schizoscram stuff. I'm gonna DM you on there right now and see what's up. Okay, yeah, DM me and I'll like try to remember to send you some stuff. It's so bad. It's like the most unhinged things at like 3 in the morning, and then people are like, Doodles, it's 3 in the morning. Why are you sending me this? I'm like, teehee, I don't know. I never rage bait. I do. It's so funny to me. I shouldn't do it because like it's not nice. I've been trying to be a nicer person too. It's really hard. Cause like I'm trying to get back into my faith and acting more that way online. That's hard. But I'm looking at you right now. It'll take me a bit because I'm gonna do this and then I have like 30 more minutes left, and then I'm gonna eat like dinner real quick because I don't eat after 10 p.m. I don't know if you can really call it fasting, but like I stopped trying to drink soda after 8 p.m. and then I don't eat after 10 unless like it's really, really necessary. I kind of like that color, so I'm gonna bring this down in here. See how that looks. Because it kind of does have it, because it kind of will have this light from the sunset kind of pushing through these clouds. I'm just kind of like mess with. No! I don't like that color at all. It's too bright. Also, I didn't mess with it at all, but you guys could mess with the opacity too to like add variety in your colors. I just don't recommend it because I don't like it. So, that's ugly. I don't like that color. I really want that lower blue like that's in there because I like that, but it's not meshing well with these colors. Maybe. Wait, let me actually lower that opacity. See. I'm gonna just steal that color. I try to eyeball it. Doodles, you're cheating! You're cheating, Doodles! Womp womp. It's right there. It's not cheating, but the program allows you to. I can't like blow raspberry correctly because it just spits everywhere. I'm gonna eat the clouds. Go for it! I'll make some more for you. Don't worry, there's no pressure, and you gotta take care of yourself first and foremost. Thank you. I'm kind of joking. I sometimes rage read, but half the time I'm told I'm doing it. I'm not even trying to. It comes with practice, but Instagram is just so freaking unhinged anyway. People are so sensitive on there. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and like, I wonder if like I haven't used the airbrush tool, but I do love using the airbrush tool, but I feel like if I'm not gonna be able to like have a good blending blending brush, I don't want to use it. Because it kind of looks like that. And it's too blurry. It looks like I'm just straight up using this blur tool. Which I guess it can have its pros. Like, wherever my brush just went. My goodness. Taking this dark color and then, like, pushing this line back. But I hate this song. It's like someone's peeing in my ear. But you can, like, push those lines back and it kind of does hide it a little bit better. But I just don't personally like it. It makes it look very muddy too. That's why I wouldn't recommend it. Let's see, I'll go back to this mirror. I wonder if I can lower the opacity of this mirror. Does that mess with anything? Or is it still all the same? I think it's like messes. I think the opacity is like with the strength. That's okay. So I'll just kind of smear all this. Okay. I just enabled the eraser for some reason. I didn't mean to do that. Where did it go? Especially because, like, if you're under clouds, like, look how, like, the perspective on this cloud, this is kind of more above us, and we're looking at these clouds. I would recommend any type of clouds that are above you that you're drawing, blur the bottoms of it. If they're about the edges, you can kind of get away with more of a sharp tone. But this is where the water is hanging and the atmosphere underneath it. And so it's kind of pulling down. Not always. But it is a tip that I've noticed in a lot of clouds that they have like a more fog-y base. Fog under base, and then on the top they're kind of more like rigid. Because I think that's where the sun hits them the most. And like the water droplets are resting in the atmosphere. But you can get some pretty good realistic clouds doing that. And I'm also using that smear from earlier. What's it called? Yeah, blender smear. Don't use the blur. I really don't like blur, so I would not recommend using it. And also when you're looking at the clouds, like again, like I'm just doing it because of the distance, which can kind of help. But I'm gonna go back over it with a sharper tool anyway. Just be mindful because we are looking. I need to layer if I'm gonna be like visualizing this because you guys cannot see where my eye movements are. But say like we're Bob, we're looking this way. So hopefully that depicts it better. This clouds are beautiful. Thank you. I posted some clouds pics on the server. Oh, I'll go look real quick. Oh, those are so pretty! Oh my gosh, okay, so I'm gonna save those for when I do like more clouds. For real, like I should make like postings on my story and be like, hey, if you want me to like possibly pick your picture, I'll redraw it on stream and I'll discuss like how to draw it. Because I've always kind of wanted to do something like that. Because during COVID, I would join like 18+ servers, not for like nefarious reasons, but because like they had money during COVID, and I found like yeah, they'll pay more, but I'm also shifting the hues here because it is kind of night. That needs to be more gray. That's too purple. Too light. My goodness. It's not that time of day. It's like a very subtle. Okay, we'll go with that. Because I'll add some pink in soon. Along with what I think is personally the best photo I have ever taken. It's very, very gorgeous. But I forgot what I was saying. I would join 18+ servers since they had money, and then I would just draw people. I need to just kind of like doing that again. Although it's not as popular anymore to go around and do that, but I would like advertise like, hey, I'm an artist, like for like $5 I'll draw you in Livestream at like the VC. It would be like a whole server event, like I would talk to the owner and then like I get like allowed to do it. And I could like make some easy money that way. But it's not as like popular anymore because people aren't as active on here. And they took away the tipping on Linktree. It's not as easy either. Let's see, I'm gonna make... What is this? It's so hard to see like what I'm doing because I don't like this side here. What's that? That's Bob. I don't understand why these are all the way down here. I don't know what that is. I forgot I could hover and it would tell me like what I'm doing. What is this? Okay, those are my clouds. That's the background. So I'm gonna want this layer and make that there. Because I am gonna start adding. I'm gonna cheat, actually, guys. This is where I think this brush does come in handy when we are doing gradients, which is the blow dry tool. I need it bigger. Okay. Very lightly adding. I can do so much better, but I'm also using like only 2 brushes that are basics. I'm like, okay, how can I like make this prettier and not as like horrid for me? Because I would do this so much faster. It's a pretty pink, but we're gonna focus on these grays. We're gonna save like that nice pink for later. Okay, so we're gonna go back. I'm gonna use what was that brush? What's this brush? I guess. What is it? Flow opacity. We'll try it. I haven't used this yet. Thank you for this lovely stream, Asile. It's very relaxing and healing. Thank you. I'm glad. That's kind of what I wanted these for, because I really like ASMR and stuff. It's like, if people don't want to draw, I still want them to be like entertained by my stuff. So I kind of wanted it to be like good background noise to have, like, if you're drawing anyway. Which I thought about even, like, I should, like, study. Not, like, that's crazy, but, like, study so I can, like, talk about, like, stuff. So people are like, oh, that's so informational. Like, I have to, like, talk about it, though, on, like, the top of my head. I'm like, what do I know the most about on the top of my head? Art and girl world. I could have a literal minor in girl world for how much stupid information I know about Chantel, Fruity Beauty, and Emerald Reed. Ridiculous. Like, don't even get me started. This really feels like ASMR. I thought about it. I've been told I have a really good ASMR voice. I could. I just don't know if I want to do it. And now I'm using this brush here and I'm like lightly putting it down and then I'm flicking my wrist. I realized I do that a lot in my art. I'll just like flick my wrist and it gets like these really nice like wisps of color and it's not very harsh. And then I'm gonna take this dark color because I kind of want these clouds to be seen. See, and this is what I mean too, like I have to mess like with the size because even though like I'm not using a lot of pressure, the pressure still stays the same because it's focusing on the opacity, not the size, which is not my favorite. Every time you bring up Girl World, I get more confused. Okay, what confuses you? And then like I'll break it down for you. Something rotisserie chicken. Okay, that earlier I was complaining because I don't remember what I was complaining about, but I mentioned it. Amberlynn, and she was like, this is like 2020 Becky era drama where she ate a whole freaking rotisserie chicken while she was like one of her biggest weights, 140. No, not 140. Oh my gosh, 540. And now she's back at that. She's progressively gaining weight. So that's her business. But we're just watching the ride and the chaos. But she labeled her thumbnail. Her thumbnail was like her eating the chicken at like showing her massive body, and then the title was eating an entire rotisserie chicken, which she later changed. But she's like, no guys, if you watch the actual video, I only ate 3/4 of it. Like that does anything. But it was a whole drama. It was like chicken gate, rotisserie chicken gate. It's ridiculous. I was gonna say 140. No, she's 5. Her highest weight, I believe, was 575 or 576. She is really particular about the decimal points. I don't care. She's just fat. Her body doesn't care. Which is even crazier to me because she lives in my town. So, like, not near me, but like she lives like in the same state, which is so crazy to me. I'm like, girl, like I could just, you could be anywhere. Like, it's different when you live like in a different state, but like, what do you mean? Everyone knows that if you don't eat something fully, you don't get the calories. Well, duh, but but no, like, and I get so many. I've always been made fun of. My parents make fun of me because they're like, "How can you like watch this stupid stuff?" I'm like, "You don't get it. You don't get it." Like I've watched her drama. Like I don't watch her. I watch reaction channels, even though like they're just haters and false. They just give false information. They don't, but that's what she says. But I used to watch like this one YouTuber named Young Dumb Honey Bun, but then she went kind of crazy. She was kind of harsh though, looking back, but I think it also well deserved because girl, she's done nothing. She doesn't even work out. I'm like, I could understand if you're like actively trying to save your life, but she's like just into being that big. You don't get it, Mom. It's not a phase. It's not a phase. I've been watching her since 2018. So I don't even remember how I got into it. Like I liked watching cringe compilations back then, and I think she was just on like one of those. Wait, is this a food channel on YouTube? No. I mean, there is food involved because they're morbidly obese, but okay. So Girl World is just what the group calls it, like the audience calls it. Girl World consists of mostly Amberlynn Reed and Foodie Beauty, and they are like the most like morbidly obese live streamers. There are others like Life with Cindy, I think she passed away. Glitter and Lasers, like the morbidly obese women on live, not on live stream, but like on YouTube, who film their lives pretending to try and lose weight, but actively gain. It's like a whole thing. And there are reaction channels who are like the main faces, I think, of Real World. If you're not focusing on the channels of these girls, because no one in the actual community, like, we'll watch their videos, but that's not what the content is surrounded by. It's the reaction channels that really drive this community, because the girls are so boring by themselves, but they also are not consistent. Like, they will delete their stuff, they're not reliable narrators. It's kind of chaotic. It's kind of like a never-ending soap opera. I think so. I think she passed away. I could be lying and confusing her with someone else because I don't watch Life with Cindy. Yeah, kind of foul. My bad. But it's right. It's true. Like I don't know, but I don't know. Like they'll get mad and like it's kind of hard to talk about it too because I don't want to talk about it too much because there are like crazy people in Girl World. So I just want to like talk about it as an audience viewer, not as ever a reaction channel. I mean, they're animal abusers too, so don't feel bad for these people at all. Like, they kind of deserve the hate that they get. Like, there's a rumor right now that Amberlynn Reed purposely killed, like, indirectly killed, like, her cat because she was trying to stay with her feeder, and the feeder kicked her out, like, the same day, so that's why, like, the cat went missing. Yeah, and then Foodie Beauty ended up getting her cats, like, I'm doing air quotation marks, stolen, because she didn't do, like, a background check of the person she was giving her cat to. So she ended up giving her cat, her 21-year-old cat that she tried to kill, because she was starving it and wasn't cutting her toenails, to her arch nemesis. Like, her arch nemesis, like, FFG, that's her name. I'd love FFG too. But, FFG pretended to be someone else, had her, I think it was her brother-in-law, go up to, like, Chantel's door, like, get the cat. It was so crazy. Yes, her arch nemesis. They hate each other. Like, FFG has their good reason, I think, to hate Chantel, but, like, it's still so crazy. And these ladies are in their 30s and 40s. Like, this isn't, like, teenage drama. This is, like, 40-year-old drama. 30-year-old drama. I know. It's just, like, millennials crashing out. It's so funny. And then people are like, Doodles, they're so obsessed. How could I not be? This is, like, people's real life. And then that's what they get mad about. Like, this is someone's real life and you're making fun of it. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just a yeehaw. There's something I could do. Like, I could talk about it forever. I'm gonna like, this is something I'd watch myself. It's okay. You can watch me talk about it. Exactly. Like, I cannot sit down and watch Amberlynn Reed or like Foodie Beauty's videos. They're so boring. But I could listen to a 2-hour live stream of like reaction channels talk about it as I'm working. Having drama at 40 is cooked, bro. I know, because they don't have anything better with their lives. And so you just kind of have to, like, feel bad for them in a way. Be like, ugh. Like, no figure, this is how you are, but... I also am going to end my stream in 12 minutes, so I'm trying to finish this drawing. To be, like, somewhat, good to end on. But I think that's also really important, like, another factor is, like, your drawings never have to be over or finished. Like, you can always just erase everything, push everything back, and, like, redraw it again. Like, that's what we did on the first cloud. It was scribbly at first, and then we blurred it and redid it, and now it looks so much nicer. So even if it looks bad, your drawing isn't over. You have to trust the process. And trust yourself. That drawing is absolutely stunning as well. Thank you. And again, you guys can do it too. It's so easy. I was yelled at for wanting to use my fancy brushes because I was going to chill after the first one, but you guys did motivate me and looked better. So thank you. But yeah. Also, surround yourself with people who motivate you. Don't be friends with people who are gonna just sit there and like diss on you for your art. Like, this looks so bad. You want people to encourage you, like, you know what? Maybe it's not where you want it to be, but I believe that you have the potential. Yes, it's very nice. Thank you. Though the reference picture ain't that bad either. It's not. It's a very good picture. I love clouds, so that's probably just me saying that, but let's see. And also remember, it doesn't have to look just like the reference picture. We are drawing something new. There's already a picture of it. I don't have to recreate the picture. That's something I had to tell myself a lot, because people would ask me to draw something realistic for them, but like in a style. I'm like, I don't have a style. And I just had to like tell myself, like, you know what, scribbling can be my style. And so I scribble more now. But notice how my brushes, I'm literally just doing this. I'm not thinking about it. If you just scribble over and over again, it'll end up looking good. Absolutely. Amberlynn should tell us, take notes. Surround yourself with a loving community, and then you'll have people love you. They'll be nice. They'll say nice things like, oh, you're so supportive. Because that's what Nova and Linus are. And I appreciate it. And that goes to you, random person who might rewatch the noise I made. What's the razor blade in the background, though? That's probably my PC, because it's really loud. It's running Krita, my PNG tuber, OBS, Discord, and Chrome. People always get mad at me. Like Barbara said once, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Absolutely. The more you draw, the more you're gonna make mistakes. And you cannot, I know people will always be like, oh, I'm such a perfectionist when I draw. You cannot be a drawer, an artist, a drawer. You cannot be an artist and a perfectionist at the same time. No. You're gonna just end up making yourself go crazy. Being an artist, like, I always tell people this a lot too. I haven't said it lately, but half of being an artist is making the art. The other half is the attitude that you have with it. If you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, I suck, you're never gonna be an artist. That's not the type of mindset that an artist has. Like, half of making art is the attitude. I'm gonna go out there and study. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I'm gonna want to learn. I'm going to be this person I really admire and want to be. It's so important that you have to push yourself to be that person, because no one else is going to push you either. I can sit here on this live stream and then like this will be a recorded video later, so if anyone rewatches, it's like for you. But like, I can only encourage you so much. Anyone in your life can only encourage you so much. That's going to have to come from inside of you, and also in my experience, God. Like, God really motivates me because it's my calling. But I understand that's not everyone's thing. But I am a Christian artist, so those two go hand in hand. And I feel like once I really accepted like God's push for me to be an artist, I feel like my art grew tremendously. So did my sanity. So, growing comes from making mistakes, and mistakes make us stronger. Absolutely. I think as an artist, you'll really learn how to navigate any problems that you have in your life, because you'll kind of experience them in your artwork. Say like, oh, this color isn't working here. This something in my life isn't working here. And you'll use that mindset in fixing those problems. There's so much problem solving that has to come into being an artist, that you'll have to apply in real life. Mindset's the most essential tool. Your mindset defines how your subconscious, and the subconscious changes your outlook and perspective on life situations. If we are only negative, we will look for negative things to put ourselves down. Absolutely. That's like, I don't like self-deprecating humor. I especially don't like it. Like in the server, I don't see it too often, but like when people like make self-deprecating jokes, I struggle to like, this kind of sounds so bad, but like I struggle to have empathy in a way, because like, well, no wonder you are miserable because that's how you talk. No wonder like you don't have any friends because no one wants to hear you talk that way. It's so miserable. And sometimes some people don't get it, and I can't be that person either to tell them. Like, that's kind of why that no one wants to hang out with them, because that's all I do. And I remember when I was starting counseling in college, because I was really struggling with my mental health, my counselor at the time made me go to my friends, and she wanted me to ask them, like, what are 5 reasons why they're my friend? Because like I struggled a lot, and I still kind of struggle now with like imposter syndrome. So I have to like catch myself when I start talking that way, because I don't feel like it's the real me, but like obviously it's the real me. But I would have to ask them like, hey, why are you my friend? Why is this like, why am I someone that you want in your life? Because I at the time couldn't understand like why. It didn't make sense to me. And so that moment of reaching out and reading why my friends at the time cared about me really put into perspective like what traits I needed to focus on to love myself more. If I was funny, they thought I was funny. I wanted to make myself laugh, because if I could make other people laugh, why couldn't I make myself laugh? I was encouraging. If I wanted to encourage others, I also had to encourage myself more, because otherwise I couldn't. It didn't make sense. So I would take those traits like that people were calling me and try to see it for myself. And I feel like that's probably egotistical to say, but I think it really did help me. So I just wanted to share that. I think there's a sound line behind self-deprecating and truly hating yourself, not gonna lie. There is, but I think if you're in a really dark headspace, you are a unreliable bias in that sense to dictate if it is or not for you. I think if you're in a good mental health space, everything's good in your life, you're very positive, you can probably do self-deprecating humor and get like away with it, because you at the end of the day know like you love yourself, you're very confident in who you are, you're very secure in your identity. If you're not, I don't think you should be saying those like type of humor. At least that's my point of view. Self-love is everything you saw. Self-love is hard. I want to call it self-love, but I think the word is better to be called like self-security. Which I only have 3 minutes, so I don't want to go into the whole tangent that I do have for this conversation. But self-security, I think, is far more important than self-love, because I think self-love comes from you being secure with yourself, not the other way around. Make sure you look in the mirror sometime today and tell yourself that you love you. I always do. Because I'm God's creation. That you are enough and that you matter. Thank you. And that you make the world a better place. Because it's true. Thank you. So do you, Nova. You really make the world a better place too. I know we don't talk off and on. Like, because our lives are different. But you know what? I know in my heart that God put me on this earth, though, to meet you. And to meet you, Linus. And to meet other people. And there's always going to be a reason. And that makes you guys valuable, too. God will always be with you, so thank you. No, I definitely agree with the idea that you shouldn't be making jokes if you're depressed. Same reason why the one type of joke I hate people make no matter what, is saying that they're going to do something bad to themselves. I agree. I can't, that humor, it's not funny to me. Like, I can't get around it. It's like, is there anything else? Like, that can't be your one joke. There are funny jokes. But those people too, you just kind of have to like meet them where they're at, because they're on their own journey too. I'm just sharing my tips. Or what helps me. I feel like I'm looking at these clouds through like blurry like glasses. I got like water on my glasses. They're not the best clouds, but like when you can upgrade and get better brushes, get a tablet. I think these would be really great starter clouds for your drawings. I would love to see them. I've grown closer to God recently, and I have a lot more solace knowing He is with us all. You're a blessing, and I'm glad God has given me the opportunity to meet you yourself. Me too. I've had a lot of solace too. I'm a really anxious person. And so like this past year and a half, I feel like I've been like trying to reestablish my faith. Because like I felt like I was lukewarm. I've always been Christian. But I felt like through college I lost myself a lot because I was told a lot of my beliefs and my faiths made me some type of phobic under the sun, and I felt kind of almost like not ashamed, but I feel like I couldn't talk about it without making other people uncomfortable, and that's like the last thing I ever wanted to do to people, so I just bared with it. But now that like I'm out of college, I feel a lot more freedom in being who I want to be. I'm definitely more happier because I get to do art all day. It was so fun. But I think, and it kind of makes me sad because I don't know how to give advice because I'll have people like vent to me on Discord and stuff. Sometimes in DMs, like followers will talk to me, which I am always open for. Just always ask before you like trauma dump on me. But I'll try my best to give advice. But if they don't have faith, like it's kind of hard for me to put it in a better perspective because I feel like Jesus definitely does save. He saved me, he saved so many people I've known who are Christian, and so it's just, I think being secure in that way can help you overlook a lot of the other like downsides in your life. And then you learn to count your blessings. We're like, you know what, my life actually isn't all that bad, and what I thought was bad isn't even that bad. Like, it's just there. Like, I thought that way with my GERD for so long because I constantly felt like I was dying all the time. And sometimes I'll have episodes I still think that, but then I'm like, God isn't gonna kill me yet. Like, I'm not gonna die yet. So that kind of helps. Interesting enough, not quite related, but religious people who are told that religion goes against science perform worse than those who aren't told that in test studying. That's because I believe science is the study of God. And I think if you're going, like, there's a big reason why those who try and, like, disprove God by science end up becoming Christian. Those with high IQs are also very Christian because I think that they can see, like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm smart, I'm really dumb. But I empathize, like, they can probably see, like, where it's consistent, like what the Bible says, how light is created, there's even light. There's a lot of things I think that can drive people to that way, and I think if we're gonna just go about it like, oh, we're nothing, then why are we here? It's very cynical. There's a reason why nihilism doesn't last very long. Guys, our clouds are looking so good. I can do so much better, but I'm using like just the tools that I was yelled at to use. So you're allowed to die, Isao. No, girly. You have so much to offer the world. Your journey is almost starting. It's not anytime soon. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I already know. My purpose was to inspire with art. Not a Bob Ross, but I'm happy to create. Like, guys, you guys don't even know how stoked I am. Like, once I'm in heaven, I get to paint whatever I want. So, it's no bother to me. She's gonna live to be 81, I can tell in her voice. I know, I'm gonna have the most crazy old lady voice, and I'm gonna have, like, I'm gonna be that old lady who's, like, was a famous artist, was a gallery artist, and I'm gonna be like, oh, what's her name from The Incredibles? Ina? I think it's Ida. I'm gonna be her, but I'm really tall, though. I love that my music died, but it's also over my 2-hour mark. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. I think this is a really good ending point too. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I need to go eat before I tell myself no. So thank you for joining. I do hope that this live stream was informational. I hope that you guys could learn something. If you guys drew along or take my tips on here and learning how to do background clouds for your artwork, please, please, please show me. I want to see. Don't be shy. I talk to everyone. DM me on Discord. Post it to my Discord and at me. DM my Instagram. I'll look. I struggle looking at tags, but tag me if you post it. Come on. Like, I want to see your stuff. I love seeing people's artwork. So, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.